Hello and welcome to the Heroic Scale podcast. I'm Dale,
And I'm Robert.
and this is your Wargaming miniature news podcast. I was going to say website, but it's not a website, it's a
It
podcast.
could be if you'd like it to be.
The website is YouTube. um, so let's get into it with hobbying. How? Wait, first of all, let's go into the like, comment, and subscribe stuff and tell people, leave us comments, leave us questions. We'll answer them on the next episode every Friday. Now we can go into the stuff, the nitty gritty. What have you been working on?
um, a lot. So last week I had assembled Nick Fury and the Agents of Shield, so that was done. So since then we played a game which we'll go over later, but I wanted to get rid of Juggernaut in my team,
Even though
and
everyone's saying
it.
that he's OP as hell.
So first of all, not the way I play him. Is my favorite thing to
Is that
say,
is that our is that
but
our is that our tagline? Not the way we play him.
yeah, not the way I play it. I love Juggernaut. Juggernaut's cool, but I already kind of have a bruiser. Not really a bruiser, but like to me, it's weird. Juggernaut can't throw on his front or back. I forget which one it is. So that is kind of a.
Probably his front or probably his back because he loses his helmet on his back, right?
Actually, for some reason, I think it's his front.
Okay.
He can't throw without the card. Um, so it's just kind of weird, and like throws a good way to get extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a lot of health, which is obviously working good in his favor, and his defenses are pretty good, and these attacks aren't bad either. But it moves small, and there's
The
no
small
wall
movement kind of
crawler.
sucks.
There's no wall crawler. There's no fly. Like there's no. I can't avoid terrain on the table, right? I have to go around it.
Right. Or
Like so,
over
it's
it.
it's or over it. So it's very difficult um, when dealing with where I like getting to two objectives fast. Like obviously he's not an objective holder. I think that's safe to say, right? Juggernaut's going to be your battering ram. You're going to want him to get up close and do it, but I don't.
But he could hold the middle objective, right? I mean, and he's not gonna get there first.
Yeah,
He's slow, so
yeah, he's going to get shot down before he gets there and get weaker and weaker and weaker as he gets there. So it's just like I feel like he's lacking in the way of this unstoppable force that Juggernaut's supposed to be, right? Like he's like going to keep going and running and
what?
I heard a dinner. I thought something dropped.
Oh,
Okay. Anyways, um, it isn't. He's not like he doesn't play like Juggernaut like he should. So I've added, like I said, I added Beast to my team, and I'm using him as the Rhino. And I feel like Beast could get across the table real quick. He has Wall Crawler. He moves medium. He has a lot of dodgy abilities. He could turn his. He could reroll dice by spending energy and gets to reposition after attacks and stuff like that, which is really cool. So him in my mind replaces Juggernaut. So I needed to find an unaffiliated character that would fit within Avengers or Shield, who I might want to throw in every once in a while. So I looked up Corvus Glaive and Star Lord. So those are two characters that I think individually are really good, really strong. Corvus Glaive, especially, he has a lot of shenanigery.
mm-hmm.
If I look at his card right quick, I have it on my phone. So if I look at his card, he's a 4 cost, so he's not a 5, which I mean is good because then I could fit more things in my list, right?
Yeah.
He has a range attack and a regular attack. He has a cool ability that allows him to attack again. Like so, what is it? So on his third attack, his death blow, after this attack is resolved, this character gets to advanced medium. And then if you get a wild, you could do a flurry attack. And so that means after the attack is resolved, I could do his strike attack, which is his first attack that costs 0 energy.
Mm.
So you get double strike, basically, and do a lot of damage that way. And then you could spend 3 energy to get more dice onto his strike or death blow attacks. He interacts with Proxima Midnight, but obviously I'm not doing that. But he has the effect of although like a Colossus and Iron Man, where he suffers 1 less damage every time he takes damage.
Mm.
So it's like inherently tanky.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and I think that he might move well on the table. He obviously doesn't have wall crawler or anything like that. So that's kind of where I thought about maybe potentially throwing in Star-Lord instead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you actually might be throwing in Star-Lord as well, but we could talk about that when we come to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think individually Star-Lord looks very good on paper, at least, right? He has hit and run, so you can shoot and move. And then he has that plucky attitude ability. So if you don't roll any hits when you're attacking, you could re-roll all the dice. If you
Right.
don't roll any shields when you defend, you get to re-roll the defense dice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have that like get out of jail free card, as it were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was why I would take him, even though he's a 3 cost and not a 5 cost, just because like that's a pretty good uh, guy to use. So I bought them both, built them, primed them, painted them. They're sitting there nice and lovely, and they look great. I painted the Star-Lord in his, what is it, like the comic book appearance? So it's
Traditional
blue.
colors.
Yeah, traditional colors. So it's a navy
Classic colors.
trench coat. Yeah, so it's a navy trench coat with red lines, black pants, and it looks really good. I like it a lot. I saw the inspiration online. I was like, oh, I'm taking this. And then Corvus Glaive, I just painted him how he was standard. So it's like that blue color on his jumpsuit,
Mm-hmm.
that like contrast blue color. And then I just painted his cloak black. So, and then I just used that skeleton horde paint, which I'm finding more uses for his face.
Mm-hmm.
And I used it on Star-Lord's boots, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. And then I don't really seal my stuff, so I sealed everything. I had like a little bit left because of all my Dread Sauron shenanigery that I had to do to make it not sticky.
Yeah.
So I was running low on the paint, but I think I coated them decently.
Why do you not seal your models? Just questions.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever noticed paint chipping.
I have on the base for sure, especially since I've been doing the white primer more. Like I've realized that matte spraying the whole thing locks that base color in more, so
Mhm.
that like when I'm moving it around, the base doesn't not be black anymore. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And I haven't painted my I painted the bases of the base, but not like the rims. So
Mhm.
nothing's been rim jobbed. And then you purchased War Machine. So I
That's
got
part of
no.
my
Hold on. No,
Oh,
so
okay, okay.
I got the Falcon out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I ended up doing was, because I already have the Captain America Falcon, I took the model, took it off its stupid flying pose, and I made him kicking off the curved base. And I'm painting him in his traditional red white colors. It's not really working. I fucked up. It's not working. The white wasn't looking that good because right now it's set up in the Captain America shirt, right? So it has like a clear crop top
Mm-hmm.
before the stripes. So it's like I want to start the white at the crop top, but then it's too much white on top and it looks really off. So I ended up painting I painted everything from the neck down red right now, and then I'll figure it out later because I just wanted to get all the red coverage on it. And the red looks nice and it looks nice, but it's just kind of I don't know where I'm going to go from this point. So I'm kind of like pausing on it
Mm-hmm.
until I could figure out what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
I painted the yellow and the red on the Colossus model.
Yeah.
So that's all sitting. And then I ordered the chrome markers. So those will be here tomorrow. And I'm going to, so they've been pretty good.
They haven't
So,
for me, man.
Okay. So it should be good. And hopefully it's as shiny as I want it to be and like super reflective. And be perfect. And then I don't know if I'm going to wash it or not. Like I don't know if I'm going to put Nolan oil over it or not, or if I'm going to use the blue what is it? What do you call it? Wash over it. Just to have it like
oil?
yeah.
Wait, the wash or the contrast?
The wash.
Oh, then that's Drakenhof Nightshade.
Yeah, that one. I might use that over it just to give it kind of like a cool blue hue, but I'll see how it looks once it's all chromed up, and see if it even needs it. But I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And what about you?
Well, so I've done quite a few things. Let me see. Did I paint Nova? I think I did paint Nova last week, right? I think last week I painted Nova and got all that
Yeah,
done.
because he was ready for our game. So you painted him, talked about him last week.
And then like I said, like you said, I got War Machine. Um, decided
He's too good.
he's too good to not have on your team.
So wait, let's start from the beginning. Hobbying. So
That's what I'm saying.
obviously
So yes,
obviously we played a game. So like, what made you want to get War Machine?
because he fucking does a shitload of damage, and he's cheaper. He's a 3 cost, so he's
Yes.
cheaper than Punisher, which I think is a
Is he a 3 cost or is he 4 cost?
I think he's a 3 cost. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. He might be
Okay.
4.
Okay.
But his weapons are way better. He reduces damage by 1.
Yeah.
He pairs with Captain Marvel, which is what I'm using for Nova.
Yeah, with that card you have, right?
Yeah, the Air Force card. So
Mhm.
I think like he's good. But I like the Punisher a lot. But ended up dropping him. So but good thing War Machine. There's also a Punisher War Machine, so I painted this guy like the Punisher War Machine, and I think it turned out really cool. It was really stressful painting the face, to get that skull on the face, and then it was a little weird because I don't really like modifying the models a whole lot. So like
I do.
there's the arc reactor on the War Machine model, but the Punisher suit doesn't have an arc reactor on it. So I could have filled it better, but so that kind of messes with the skull that's on the chest piece too. So instead of having the eyes, it just has the red arc reactor in the middle. Um, so it doesn't look terrible. It looks fine, I think. Um, but he turned out really good. And then I also got Moon Knight, um, and he's turning out really good. Um, he's really easy to paint though. I mean, it's just white. So I mean,
I'm surprised you didn't try to do an alternate paint scheme for him.
no, I mean, I like it though. Like, I mean, so I did the black base coat of everything, and then I zenithal primed over the top with the white, and that's how I got my base of the white. I painted his face all black because I like that look better, like where it's like in shadow kind of thing, and then just gave him like gold highlights and then like a different kind of gray white for some of the wraps on him. But he looks good. I think he looks good. I like him. And then like on top of like hobbying, since we did play, we kind of looked at my list, what my list was for
We had a
Marvel.
big sit down.
Yeah, so and we went through all my cards and we went through all my characters and we kind of rebuilt my list. We built it one way and then I ended up switching it and building it a different way. Like I think originally we built it Avengers and Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I think I like the Guardians of the Galaxy a lot more than Asgard like as a whole because I like Thor. I love Thor, but that's it. And like they added Heimdall and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. The Warriors 3 would be kind of cool, and like Sif. But like, I think like for Guardians, I would like a lot more of those characters. Especially like if Nova does come out, he would be Guardians or Avengers, right? And then Quasar, I really like Quasar. So I'm just kind of like hoping for like those kind of characters. And plus, I already used Rocket, so what we did is we kind of got rid of everybody on my list. We kept
Yeah,
Captain
because
we kept
we
Captain
sat down and we
America.
tried to figure out what you want to do in a game.
Right. So we kept Captain America, of course, because he's my favorite, Steve Rogers. Um, then we went into the ones that we kept were Captain America,
Thor,
Captain Marvel, Thor, and there was
Rocket.
Rocket, and that was really it. I think, and everyone else we kind of changed out. So then we
Yeah,
added.
we tried to balance your team to be more
Well, I had a
like
lot of high cost people
3 points,
too.
2 point, yeah, 3 points, 4 points,
Yeah.
five
So I
points,
got rid
two
of
points.
Hulk, got rid of Punisher, got rid of Magic, got rid of Doctor Strange, got rid of like pretty much like everyone else, right? So we added
Yeah, I don't feel like Hulk was doing much for you.
he does. I mean, he does though. He's strong, but he like Juggernaut. He moves small,
But
and
in a world of Hulkbuster that could
right,
be resummoned, it
right,
doesn't seem worth
right.
the point cost.
So then we added Cable for
Mhm.
Avengers.
Yeah, I think he's a good 5 point. He's a good 5 point. He has a lot
he
of.
has five. He has 5 points, but he has shields and that he can pass to people.
And it sucks that you're like, okay, what do you think about this for a second? Like, honestly, I feel like he's 5 points because he's a leader.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
take away the leadership ability and he's a 4 point cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
Like a
know.
lot of these like leader characters. So I feel like that's why I kind of like feel like they kind of. I wish if they weren't leaders, they were one less cost. But then you get into the point of Star-Lord would then be a 2 point character.
Right. Yeah. So then,
which he could be, but
yeah. So then, like I said, we added Guardians. So I added Groot and Star Lord both to my teams. War Machine and Moon Knight are also on there, and then there's one more. Who is it?
was it a 2 point character? No, because you had Rocket's your
No,
2 point.
Rocket's my 2 point. Who is my 10th?
Was Vision? Did you keep Vision?
It's Vision. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he was capped from your team.
Yeah. So if there's like I was already thinking, like if more Guardians people come out that I want, then I would potentially be getting rid of either Captain Marvel if it's Nova, right, and then I think the next to go would be Cable, just because he's a high cost person. Like I don't think I would ever get rid of Thor. I'm never gonna get rid of Steve Rogers, unless they come out with another Steve Rogers, right? And then
Yeah, exactly. Like the Winter Soldier one.
Yeah.
Or Agent of Shield. Maybe like Shield. Maybe a Shield leader, Captain America. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean that's what my team is. And then we went through my cards and we fixed those cards. I have a lot more versatility now in my cards, and abilities that let me go twice in a row. I have like two different cards that let me do that. So I think it's a little bit more competitive with what my card is. And then I have the Guardians team, and I also have the Avengers team.
See, but it's competitive, but it's not like you didn't sacrifice characters you liked. So it's like I feel like in the game like this, you still gotta play characters
I'm not playing
that you like because like I'm not gonna play fucking Black Order just because I want to win or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I don't think Black Order is good at all right now. So I think
they might be. Who knows?
No, they're not. They're not. I'm telling you, they're not. I think right now the winner is Avengers. Sam Wilson is the big one, and then the other one is I forget what the other team is that's winning. Anyway, it's not important.
Magic people.
Convocation? No, I don't think it's Convocation either. But anyway, so and that means like so I got Moon Knight, and you split that with me. You're getting Blade, so you'll be painting and building Blade up at some point, and maybe using him for Avengers.
Yeah, I might swap out the Corvus Glaive or help me, Star-Lord for him, but he's not on Avengers.
Yeah, he is.
There's not.
Yes, he is.
Sure? Because I know Moon Knight is.
No, Moon Knight's not.
I thought Moon Knight was. I thought we looked at it.
No.
I'm googling this right now.
Go to Best Games. Go here. Go to Organized Play. Scroll down. Go to affiliation list, and then go to here, and then Avengers is Blade is right there. Moon Knight is not on the list for there.
Okay.
But also Blade is the leader for the Midnight. Not Midnight. Midnight Suns. What is it?
Midnight Society.
Midnight Suns. So that's cool. So you get another leader out of there.
Yeah, but it's like so. Like I think originally we basically figured out that like it doesn't really matter because like just the majority of your team needs to be the thing. So it's like as long as you have 3 and you take them with your thing, like you'll be fine. Because like it's cool with Guardians because they're so cheap. Like you're under, I think you're at 9 points with everyone you have that's in Guardians.
Yes, 3, 2, 3, 8.
I thought Groot was a 4.
No, he's only 3 costs now.
Oh, okay. Then like yeah, you're at 8 points. So like that's huge.
Yeah.
You could potentially get like 3. You could maybe get 3 more characters in there.
Let me double check that thing I said about Groot.
Which is great.
Yeah, he's a 3 cost.
I thought he was a 4. Cool.
And with his ability, he can combine with Rocket and let Rocket shoot 3 times, like with a card. Like that's pretty dope.
3 different people, though, right?
Yeah, 3 different people, but it's not an action. So
yeah,
it's so cool. I mean, it is a action, but then you still get.
Is it an action? But is it on? Whose energy does it use? Groot's or? rockets?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head, but
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, because I wonder if Groot pays for it, and then Rocket could shoot from where he is at people, which is cool, like an
well, no, because
activation outside of turn.
yeah, they have to be like within a certain distance of each other. Because
Yeah, but
it's
like
like
let's
Rocket on top
say,
of Groot shooting. It's like that's what that
yeah,
is.
but let's just say that like Rocket already activated that turn, but then you activate Groot, and then you can make Rocket shoot again, basically, which is
Yeah.
cool.
And so that'll take us into games played. So, like we said, we did play a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yep.
Wasn't I don't think it was close. I think it
It
was.
was close. It was way closer than you think it
I felt
was.
like I got pretty massacred. I don't know. Like, I had my team was Captain Marvel, Captain America,
Vision
Vision, and Thor.
and Thor 4.
Yeah,
I feel like you put yourself in a huge disadvantage when you use 4 characters.
yeah, but it's just weird because like I don't know because I feel like it's because you use Nick Fury, which gives you 2 characters, two figures. War Machine, Green Goblin, Sam, Captain America, and then
And Beast.
and Beast. So that was 5. So you technically had 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like that, like 4 to 6 is kind of rough, especially since like you kind of put like a lot of guys on one side.
Yeah,
I
I stacked hard on the right side.
Yeah, whereas like only put Thor there. He was able to hold his own for a while, and I was able to jump ahead in objectives really quick because you kind of ignored them,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yes.
Like so, Vision was able to take one, and then Captain America or Nova. I mean, Captain Marvel was able to take the other one. So, and then I was able to hold out, but then once you kind of gathered everyone into one area, you were just able to just kind of chip away at me and murder me.
Yeah, Thor was dead on the second turn.
Yeah.
And then I started focusing down Captain America and Nova because you were bodyguarding.
Right.
And then I took down Nova, and then all you
This is
had left was Vision.
Yeah.
So I decided
And
to.
I
I
hadn't
decided
killed
to
any of your guys by that point. I mean,
correct.
I'd flipped
You
them,
downed.
but I
You downed
haven't.
2.
I downed like 3, didn't I?
There was only 2. It was
Oh, okay.
Cap and
Just Nick Fury,
not. It wasn't Nick Fury. It was who else was over there? Not War Machine.
Green Goblin. It
Not
wasn't Green
It
Goblin.
was Beast.
Beast. Okay.
You heard you. It was Beast. You got Beast down.
Yeah, and then it was just
But
weird because there's a big ass spider in here. I didn't. It sucked because like I would kill your shield agents. I feel like I killed them twice, but then you
kill
just
him once.
bring them back. So it's kind of like this is sucky. Like that I have to be here, and then like then you just
Yeah.
bring them back.
The cool thing was that I didn't know before when I proxied Nick Fury on our previous game. That ability where I attack with Nick Fury, and then my shield agents get an attack, and then I would do it again. So, and that's outside of activation, right? And then the shield agents get to go and start shooting at you, and I think they get 4 dice in their attack. It's not bad.
No,
I think I was doing 1 damage.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a dice game, right? So
yeah,
everything's possible. But it's it's just extra damage that like I'm not prepared for, and it's like you get to shoot 4 times with those people, right? Like if you're doing that attack with Nick Fury, and then they activate and they get to shoot, right? So
yeah, so it's like I get to shoot Nick Fury, shoot shield agents, shoot Nick Fury, shoot shield agents, and then shield agents activate and you get to shoot twice. Yeah,
right. So unless it's like you're only allowed to use it once and that messed up, but like that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, when you save up the energy, it's pretty easy to do, especially when you get energy for doing damage because of the proximity. Like if you're in proximity of your shield agents,
right?
And I get rerolls because I'm in proximity of shield agents,
right?
Which is really good. The War Machine play was huge when I came down and did that thing where I hurt myself.
Yeah, and you get a roll,
but I get I get 2 crits for every 1 crit that happens. Like that was nuts. Like I think they gave me like 12 dice, and I think I one-shot Nova on his front side.
Yeah, something like
which
that.
Was,
it was a lot.
It was it was pretty gross.
Only working with like 5 health. Like when you get to roll 10 dice to see what happens, it's like oh god.
Well, and you blank out, right?
Right.
Like without like, I think you made me re-roll my dice, but I still got. Then I think I re-rolled like with 8, and then you blanked out again or something like that. Like it's
I don't remember.
Easy roof.
Yeah.
but I think it was a good game. I think so. You had Vision left at the end, and I had two unhealthy characters. Nick Fury was ready to go down. I think only the problem would have been Green Goblin at that point, but
No,
you
War
were
Machine too, because he reduces everything by one.
yeah, but he doesn't have that much health.
Hmm.
I feel like I don't know. For some reason, I feel like potentially you could have done something potentially right. Like I'm not 100
No,
percent
I feel like
sure.
all you'd have to do is hold out on the objectives, and then you would win by victory points at that point. Because I don't have any anymore, and then it would just be like you just
Well,
get
but that's the problem though. Like, because the objectives we were playing, I had to roll for the
yeah,
objectives,
yeah,
and if I blanked out, I wouldn't get them.
right. But it's a
So
free
it's like I
action, so
had.
you would try anyway.
Well, yeah, but you can only try once. You can only try use a free action once on
Right,
your turn. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it.
right.
So I mean, I think there was a chance. It's a very very small chance, but I feel like there was a chance that if we played it out, you could have done some work with Vision.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that sure about that, but we'll never know. It's okay. Okay, so if that's it for hobbying and games, is that it from you? I think so, right? That's everything?
Mhm.
All right, cool. So we'll jump into news. So for Games Workshop news, there is only 40K news. There is no Age of Sigmar news, which is sad considering there's two new books coming out soon that should be coming out soon for Night Haunt and Daughters of Cain, and so there's no previews for those yet at all. Um, but it's what it is. It is what it is. So the first one today is from it's about like two wound Chaos Space Marines. So they're
Mhm.
Legionnaires. So you'll be able to have some two wound Space Marines now for Chaos instead of just the old school
It's
one.
just it's so funny because I feel like are they new sculpts?
Yes. So
Okay.
they're called Legionnaires instead of Chaos Space Marines. I don't know if that's like if they're separate from them because it
Yeah,
says
because it'd be like Primaris, right? Because it's like Primaris Space Marines.
right because it says Chaos Space Marine is the old version and it has the new stat line for the Legionary. That's what it says.
Oh, so it might be a replacement, is
Yeah.
what you're
So
saying? Okay.
I don't know, right? And so everything's the same except it's two wounds now and
Okay.
three attacks instead of one attack, and then leadership 8. So that's the change on
So
those.
I think I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true or not, that they were trying to get rid of the old short Space Marines.
Uh huh.
So maybe it's just like maybe because like and then like only have Primaris for Space Marines and then only have so then it would be only have these guys for Chaos.
Mm.
Because like think about it, they haven't even had all their new stuff is Primaris.
Yeah.
Like isn't the ATV Primaris?
Uh,
I
no,
actually don't
no, it's
know.
firstborn. It's firstborn. I think
That's
so. I'm pretty
Primaris.
sure.
Firstborn is Primaris.
Oh, I thought no, I thought it's old school. I thought regular ones were.
Those are
I
the
don't know.
Squatty Dwarfs.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Squatty guys. I'll look it up. I'll look and see what they look like. But yeah, so it's like I feel like I think they're trying to get rid of
Just kind of phase it out to get people to buy new stuff.
the old sculpts and like make them not even usable anymore. Which is a shame because honestly, I like the old ones. I like them a lot better. They look cooler. I like this. I like the proportions
Yeah.
better. I guess is what I should say. The bigger shoulder pads, the bigger I think the helmet's cooler.
Hmm.
That kind of stuff. But it's because it's like
It's just weird that we don't have new Terminators to match.
well, yeah, and we have like fake assault Space Marines, right?
Yeah.
Like with the what is it? The guys with
Grab shoots, right?
the grappling hooks and
Oh
grab
yeah,
shoots.
yeah.
The Reavers. They're like kind of like fake assault Marines, but it's like I like assault Marines. um, so it's like I just wonder if they're going to get rid of them entirely.
Yeah.
I can't find this ATV.
So in addition to these guys, they'll have the Balefire Acolyte will be able to be a unit upgrade for them for like the rank and file squads and stuff like that. And it's a psyker unit, so you can have smite and stuff just in your basic units. You'll have a psyker if you want to upgrade them to
That's
that.
cool.
There's also some new melee options that they'll be able to take for the people. So there is the heavy chain axe and the
Sweet.
demon blade. So the heavy chain axe is a melee weapon, of course. Strength +4, AP 4, damage 2. And each time an attack is made with this weapon, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll. So you'd be hitting on a lot better and all that stuff. So and then the demon blade is strength user, AP 2, damage 2. And then when the attack happens with this weapon on 6s, the target suffers a mortal wound in addition to normal damage as well. So like that's pretty cool. Like some cool spicy melee weapons. I like the heavy chain axe. Like that's cool. I like seeing more chain weapons.
Sure, I like the remember when I played Blood Angels, the hero I played that had the
Oh heck yeah,
two-handed
yeah.
chain sword. That thing's freaking beastly. I found it. It is Primaris. The Invader
Oh,
ATV
okay.
is Primaris, and so is the turret.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the
The
turret.
servo turret.
I knew the turret was. I'm just sorry. I'm distracted. I have this spider that's crawling on my ceiling, and I just keep looking at it to
It's
make
gonna
sure
get
where I
you. It's
know.
gonna get you.
So then now all the rest of the news is all Imperial Knight and Chaos Knight related. So the first one uh, for the Chaos Knights, and this is these things called like Favor of the Dark Gods, and that's gonna let you like um, it's like these are like your upgrades for your knights and stuff like that. So like it's like you get offerings that you get to do, and then you get to do these like favored abilities. So like it's weird. So the more kills you get, your god will notice you, and then you'll be able to do a thing with it. So like
So I could scream, "Witness me."
yeah, so the war dogs, you need to kill 5 things. The aberrant class guys is 10, and the tyrant class is 15. Like you'll need to kill all those things to be able to get this thing. So there's some corn ones. I know you like corn, so it's called
Corn.
Blood Shield, and that gives your model the corn keyword. Um, and then once per battle at the start of a fight phase, you can activate the Blood Shield. And then when you do, each time a melee attack is made by you, invulnerable saving throws cannot be made against that attack. Oh god, this thing's getting closer. Each time a melee attack is made against the person, invulnerable saving. Each time a melee attack is made against the bearer, invulnerable saving throws cannot be made against this attack. Hold on, this spider is creeping. Hold on, I got a napkin here. I'm going to squish it and be done, and hopefully not drop it onto the floor. In 3, 2. Oh! He's running. He's a slippery little bugger. I know he's gonna get me.
Get you.
Ah, I fell on the floor. Well, there's now a spider on my floor. I'm gonna
It's gonna
die.
get you.
I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna put my feet in my chair. so, so every time, so it basically makes it so that you can't use invulnerable saving throws, but also they can't use them against you. So, if
Interesting.
you're a knight abominant, you lose your psyker keyword because Korn doesn't believe in magic. But
Blood.
yeah, but your weapon skill is improved by 1, and attacks are also increased by 1. So that's cool. It's not like you just lose it; you get another thing. Um, there's also some subjugator machine spirit ones. You get the Slanesh keyword, and then in your movement phase, when you advance or fall back until the end of your shooting phase, you count as having remained stationary. So that's cool for letting you fire more guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, right, that's what that does. I don't remember. um, then there's Blessing of the Dark Master, and you get the Pantheon Undivided keyword. And then whenever an attack is made against you, your opponent cannot reroll the hit roll and cannot reroll the rune roll and cannot reroll the damage roll. So you just no rerolls for anyone that attacks you.
Gotcha.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a lot of cool stuff for the Chaos Knights. I'm like, oh, these Chaos Knights are looking pretty cool, especially the one that has the Psyker abilities, which going into that, we're going to start talking about the Knight Abominant, who has the psychic warp storms and all this other stuff abilities. So this little guy, this cool knight, that's the one that has like the tentacle arm
Mm-hmm.
and like the skull helmet that looks really cool. The skull like faceplate. Um, it has psychic abilities. So It has Winds of the Warp, and it's a blessing, and then it casts on a 6. Um, each time this psyker loses a wound, roll a d6 on a 5 plus. That wound is not lost, so it's like a little invuln save
Mm-hmm.
or feel no pain. Um, and then if you get an 8 or more on the psychic test, friendly like household war dog class models within 6, each time they lose a wound roll, they get to not take them on. They get to not lose it on a 6. So like that's pretty cool. So you can cast like a bubble on your little war dogs
Mm-hmm.
of feel no pain, or like, and you get a feel no pain. So like that's pretty cool. There's also one called Spite Squall, and that's Malediction. Spite Squall has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy unit with an 18. Um, and until the start of your next psychic phase, that unit cannot fire Overwatch or set defend. Keep a Spite Squall tally for that unit, adding 1 to the tally each time a model in that unit is destroyed. At the end of each phase, if that unit is still on the battlefield, roll a d6 for each mark on its Spite Squall tally. For each roll of 5 plus, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound, and then it's reset to 0 at the end of each phase. So that's pretty cool. So you can just kind of chip away a little bit on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anything you get is good, right? Like any sort of damage is good.
Yeah. And then this we were talking about those favorite abilities last. So this one's called Pyrothorn, and you get the Sneech keyword. If this model is not a Knight Abominant, it gains the Psyker keyword. So you can give the Psyker keyword to other knights, which is pretty cool. It can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in your psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase. This model knows Smite and 1 power from the Warp Storm Discipline. If this model is a Knight Abominant, so it knows 1 additional psychic power from the Warp Storm Discipline and can attempt to manifest 1 additional psychic power in each of your psychic phases. So that's cool. So you can give your guy an extra spell if it's the Abominant, or you can just turn another guy into a little spellcaster, which is nice. And this model looks cool. I like the helmets on this model, like with the horns coming out of it.
Yeah, so you said they all have smite, right?
No. That's the smite ability is from this guy, and then the other one was like a favorite ability that you can get that can give you smite.
And does it give all the one smite?
No, I think it's only like one guy.
Okay, yeah, because there's like a diminishing returns rule in the game about
Yeah.
smite. It's like you like every time you use it, you have to add +1 in the same turn, kind of
Right,
thing.
because that was because of
Grey Knights.
Grey Knights. Yeah, they're smiting all over the place. You
Yeah,
get a smite. You get a smite.
yeah, everyone gets smite exactly.
So that's it for Chaos Knights. So now we go into Imperial Knights. So they
They
get
get a psyker too.
well, I don't know if it is. There's the code chivalric. It's a stringent set of martial codes they follow during battle. So okay, this is still kind of the same thing as the of like the kills that you get from the other guy. You get the points that you spend on stuff.
Mhm.
This one is if you fulfill pledges, you earn honor points, and then you begin with 1 point, and then that gives you the honored abilities, but you work your way up to 5 or 6 points, and your knights will gain powerful virtuous abilities as their chivalry shines through. Okay, so for the
See,
army's level of honor, so your whole army shares this pool of points, and
mhm.
you start at there's 0 is dishonored, 1 to 4 is honored, and then 5 to 6 is virtuous.
See, this doesn't make sense to me in terms of lore though, because like you wouldn't start dishonored.
Well, you start with 1 point, it says, so you would start honored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying, excuse me?
Yeah, so you would get 1. Are free place who come in building army and swear 2 different oaths. So, and there, so you would pick your army. When you build your army, you must swear 2 different oaths chosen
Mhm.
from a pool of 4.
Yep.
So here's an oath right here: refuse no challenge. The pledge is at the end of each battle round, if 2 or more enemy units have been destroyed by melee attacks made by Imperial Knights units from your army during the battle round, then you gain 1 honor. Troth is if any Imperial Knight units from your army fall back during a battle round, then at the end of the battle round you lose one honor point. Which that one would be kind of easy because like I don't ever plan on falling back, so so maybe.
Well, there's a strategic reason to. Obviously, with your guns, you don't have to,
Right.
especially since you're a giant. But
Yeah.
like, it can make the other player have to move to where you want them to.
Yeah.
So I could see the reason to do it. My whole problem here is that this whole system kind of seems weird because, like, let's say you choose the one that's like, I have to kill your stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do it, do you lose a point?
No.
See, like,
No. The only way the negative of that is if I fall back.
yeah, I'm just saying it's like there's no way to like lose. Like if you don't achieve your objective, haven't you in turn dishonored yourself? Like it's kind of weird, like the way they worded it, like
Well, I think it's
using
like
this whole.
I think the thing is more that you're going for it, right? And then you're still you're not retreating from battle, so you are still trying to earn it. So technically, you're not dishonorable.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's just kind of weird because like at the end of the day, it's kind of a lot. It's a lot more things to keep track of.
Yeah.
Obviously, in a knight's army, you only have like 4 things, so it doesn't really matter. But it's
3,
like
4, 5, 6, 7 things. Okay.
you're keeping track of your command points, your stratagem points, whatever they're called. I think they're called command points. You're keeping track of now. You're going to keep track of your honor points, and then you're also going to keep track of the stratagems you use, and you're going to keep track of your health, and you're going to keep track of who shot, and like it's just like more and more and more,
I mean,
and
I
like
get
all
there.
it's just it's a lot. It's a lot to remember. I mean, your rules are already a lot to remember. It's like I get it. It's fine, but personally, it's just I'm old.
So if you're using that oath, that refuse no challenge, it gives you the honored ability of noble display, and so that's each time this model makes a melee attack, if it made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention this turn, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. The virtuous ability of that. So if I'm honored, that's what happens. The noble display is what you get. If I'm virtuous, you can reroll advance and charge rolls made for this model. So it's cool. So like it lets you. I wonder if they stack. Like if the honored ability stacks with the virtuous ability. Like if you're so say I'm virtuous, do I get both or do I only get the one?
You probably only get the one.
Yeah.
Probably as rules as written would be like rules as intended. Sorry, would be you would only get the one.
Yeah. Yeah. So not every oath requires you to kill enemies and stuff like that. So there's the other ones called Defend the Realm. And the pledge is if at the end of your turn you control more objective markers than your opponent does, then at the end of the battle round you gain an honor point. And then the bad part of that is if at the end of your turn you control less objective markers than you did at the start of your turn, then you end the battle point with 1 less honor point. So that one's pretty like you were saying, the negative. But I mean, like, what would you pick it? Also, I guess. I mean, if you don't see yourself ever losing, I mean, maybe the abilities you get are good though. So let me see the duty and wisdom for honored. So at the start of your command phase, the battle forged CP bonus grants you 1 additional command point. This will typically mean you gain 2 CPs instead of 1. If you're virtuous, you get duty and honor. This model has the objective secured ability. Oh, see, that's really good. If your model already has this ability, that model instead counts as 3 additional models when determining control of a marker. Because knights don't have objective secured. Armorgers do now, right? I think we were
I think
saying.
so.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think knights count as like a certain amount of bodies though.
They didn't before, so we'll see what they do now.
Maybe there was a chapter that did.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right. But like, then this makes it worth it to have objectives secured on your knights.
Yeah.
But you have to be virtuous for that, which who knows? Like,
I mean, getting the kills will get you up, so it'll be
no,
easy.
not kills, not kill. It's not kills. I have to do the pledges.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
but
it's
you
not
choose
like
a pledge that
chaos.
gives you kills.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
Kill 2 units in a turn.
In melee though.
Easy.
Yeah.
Stomp on like a small unit of people. Obviously not. It won't happen on the first turn. That was the problem.
Right. So it's not as easy as the chaos ones where they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I just gotta kill stuff. But I mean, they are different, right? So now the next one is on the armor stuff. So you can kind of mentor. You have the mentor keyword on some knights, and
It's
that
kind of like squires.
yeah, and lets you have the armorers be your squires.
That's cool.
so um so that gives like these, it helps give your armorers like some boosts to abilities and stuff like that. So the first one is called the Folly of Mercy, and then if this teaching is inspiring, select one noble household armor class model within 12 of the mentor, and that model can perform an action and make a normal move and shoot without the action failing. What does that mean? Perform an action and make a normal move and shoot without that action failing?
So like
Like, what do you mean failing? Like, I'm not rolling a roll to see if
like missing an attack, maybe.
once you instructed armor class ally within 12, it can perform an action even while staying mobile and laying down withering fire. First encouraged to investing a beat. Teachers can also expect. Huh. So leaving power is Huh. Well, I don't know. We'll see what that does. Oh, it goes. Here we go. On a command, rolling a d6 for each. On a roll of a 3+, that teaching was inspiring enough to light a fire of the souls. So instead of having to roll the d6, you just get to automatically do this one. I don't know. I don't know enough about it right now to make that call. The next one is called the Warrior's Hope, and that lets you pick armor again within armiger. I don't know what you want to call it.
I say armor.
Within 12 of the mentor, and you just select one of your oaths from the code's chivalric that is not active for your army, and then that oath becomes active for that armiger, and it gains all the relevant chivalric abilities for your army's level of honor, but it does not gain the oath's pledge or troth. Oh, so it just gets the abilities from it. You don't have to do the oath.
Yeah, just a quick bonus.
Note that this oath is active even if every unit from your army does not have Imperial Knights keyword. So that's pretty
Well,
cool.
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to use like another one or something like that, like another unit.
You splash in guard or
Yeah.
potentially
Adeptus
Adeptus Mechanicus or Space Marines.
Yeah. So the next one is the Virtue of Courage, and it is an aura ability. So this was within 6 inches of a mentor, and then each time that model makes an attack, an unmodified roll of 6 is a 1 additional hit is scored. So when you roll 6s, you get another hit. So that's pretty cool. That's a cool one.
That's decent.
Like, get him! So those are cool. So you'll be able to kind of buff your little armorers and be like, let's fight, guys. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's it for that. And so the rumor engine this week was really weird. It's a hammer, like taped onto a stick, and it has checkers on it. And checkers usually are orc related, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can agree with that. I think people are saying they're goblin, like wolf riders or something like that. But it's weird. It's weird. It's just like a mallet.
Speaking of rumor engine, did you see the tire reveal?
Oh no. Is it
It's a motorcycle for Necromunda.
That's what I thought. That's what we said. Remember, we were like, "Hey, once these."
Yeah, well, we were hoping it wasn't going to be Necromunda, but it
once
was.
they announced that new mode, then it's like, okay, then all these cars are gonna be Necromunda.
Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
There's also like the last couple of weeks we've been talking about those little creatures that have kind of been showing up in. Oh, I see it. I got it. The Vespa meets Moderna.
Does that look like it? Does that look like what it was?
Yeah.
The wheel potentially.
Yeah. I
it's
wish
like
I
a
told
chopper.
you though, like, hey, this is from the rumor engine, but
Oh yeah.
But we've been seeing those little like gremlin thingies show up, and then so there's some rumors online that that's a new faction, or possibly some additions to the Giants, to the Sons of Baymac, which I don't think we need to be adding stuff to Sons of Baymac right now. They're the third strongest army in the game.
So wait. Let's take a step back real quick. Let's think real quick. So let's talk about like 40K real quick. The last army the newest army that's coming out is gonna be squads.
Right.
And then what was the newest army before that? Imperial Knights, right? Well, Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights.
Yeah, I guess technically.
Is that all that's new since we've played 40K that you can think of?
No, the Adeptus Mechanicus is new since we've.
Adeptus Mechanicus is new. That's right.
And then like the what's it called is also new. Let me see. Let me go here. Let me go. I don't know enough about 40K to be like, this is new. This is new.
Well, no, it's new since we played. Like when we played it, it wasn't a faction.
Right, from
is
back
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
day. Yeah, right.
From fourth edition.
From fourth
Um,
edition. Gene Stealer
so
Gene Stealer Cold Sword.
Gene Steel Cult is right. Okay, so then Sigmar. So we got Baymac is the new one,
Yeah.
and then and Elves Sylvaneth, right? Not
Lumineth.
Lumineth, yeah. And then what are we missing? We missing anything? Because we haven't been playing it for that long, right?
Bone Reapers.
Oh, it's the Arcbone Reapers. That's right. Just look at the armies with the least models, and you'll know.
And then like, I would say Iron Jaws, but like they did come out when Age of Sigmar came out. The Gloomspite gets new too. Gloomspite gets is all new.
Yes. And so is and like if we're talking about from back
and
in the day, Night Hunt is new from when we played Fantasy, right?
Well, yeah, and Soulblight is also new. That's the new vampire faction.
Okay, so yeah. So I'm just saying, like, so it does seem like they do release new armies fairly frequently. When did Baymac come out? 2 years ago? Was it COVID?
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Because we didn't fight him in LVO.
No,
they weren't out in LVO, right?
No. And I printed mine to do the little fighting with.
And that was LVO 2020. February 2020.
Yeah, that we did. Yeah,
that we did. So it's been 2 years since the new army, right?
Right.
No, because Lumineth.
Was Lumineth after?
It was after. Yeah, it was. That's the newest. That's the newest one, right? Yeah. So maybe that's last year. So are we getting armies a year? That's weird.
Like, so people are saying they're saying dragon ogres.
That'd be cool. But that's Beast of Chaos, though, isn't it?
Right. I just want them to update Beast of Chaos. Just give me Beast of Chaos. Just give me them. I want them.
Yeah.
Like, I'll abandon all my armies and go all in Beast of Chaos. I won't abandon them. I'll still have them. But yeah. So people are saying that, and they're also saying that. Remember, we were talking about the next starter set being Skaven and Lizard Men, or whatever the hell.
No, it wasn't Skaven. Lizard Men.
But
Seraphon. Yeah,
Seraphon. So people are saying though it's going to be Skaven and the tree people. What are they called?
Sylvaneth.
Yeah, Sylvaneth. So that's what they're saying this next set's going to be, which makes sense for some of the rumor engines that we saw. Like that guy standing on the skull from last week might be a Sylvaneth, like Dryad. It's probably
Sylvaneth has some pretty cool models. So
I don't like it. Tree people, get out of here.
I like tree people.
If they were tree people and wood elves, I think a lot more people would be down to play it because like wood elves are cool and stuff like that. Like, and then just like the dryads and stuff would be kind of cool. But yeah, just that it's just trees. I'm like, that's kind of dumb.
I speak for the trees. They'll get on your fucking knees.
I'm the Lorax. I'm Danny DeVito.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's it for Games Workshop. So what do you got?
All right, so we got a couple new things. Starting off in Star Wars Legion, they showed the squad for the Black Sun Syndicate. So they showed basically the starter set thingy, and so they showed the Black Sun Enforcers. They're going to be 48 points. There's 4 men in the squad base, and obviously you could add more with like the heavy weapons and stuff like that. People? Yes, these are the Caesar people. That's what we would call the green alien men.
Yeah, the ones from Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah,
the Prince.
So they have the Dauntless ability. I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. It doesn't explain it on the card. Independent, aim 1 at start of your activation phase. If you do not have an order token, gain 1 aim token. So if you don't choose them as one of your activations, they get an aim token, which is good because then you could reroll some dice down the line, which is good. They have Precise 1, which allows them to reroll dice, and they have Self-Preservation, which is kind of shitty. When checking whether you panic, you cannot use the courage value of units that are not the same affiliation as you. So I feel like the syndicate is going to have multiple factions inside of it, and you're not going to be able to use, like say your leader is Darth Maul, and it's not a Black Sun leader, and he's like a Mandalorian leader or something like that. you won't be able to use his leadership, which you can do in the game normally. You could use your HQ's leadership for all your guys as long as he's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of crappy. They have a red defense dice, which is good because it's not white. And they get a black and a white dice on their range attack. So pretty decent. They get grenade slot updates, grenade slot upgrades, a heavy and a commander slot, as well as utility. Just adds, like, they have like a shotgun that gives them 2 red dice. With Pierce, they have a grenade that could give them 3 black dice being the best dice. They have blast and impact 3, which will go through armor, which changes hits to crits on armor.
Mm-hmm.
So they have some pretty cool stuff, but however, that grenade's 14 freaking points. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, so they're interesting. I'm not gonna play them. Because like we talked about last week, right? It just feels like a mixed mash faction of like, here's all the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it doesn't seem like something I don't want to play, but we haven't seen any vehicles. So until we see vehicles, I'll reserve judgment completely. But because right now, if they just come out with just infantry, like, I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm just going to laugh at it. Anyone who plays with them.
Yeah.
So that was that. Any thoughts on?
I mean, the game is pretty much an infantry game, though.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about it last week. It is an infantry game, and we understand that. But it's like
top lists are just all basic troops, like all phase 1 closed troopers.
Yeah, but like you get like heavy things, like at least speeder bikes, right? Like that's cool. Like sometimes speeder bikes are cool. You get little ATRTs, which are really cool.
Competitive wise, though, like people aren't playing them; they're just playing troops. So like if maybe they're just like not wasting their time and just getting to the nitty gritty of what people are playing.
But people play like tauntauns on rebels and stuff like that? At least they used to, because that was the big.
It's just troop spam.
Thing.
It's just troop spam.
Well, we need to get in the tournament scene and shake some things up and be like, yeah, look at how shitty this thing is,
and just lose all the time.
Exactly. So that was it for Star Wars Legion news, and the big news, at least in my eyes, for Crisis Protocol. They haven't. We still don't. We have the.
It's so weird that they're showing this.
We have the mini extravaganza. Yeah. We have the mini extravaganza on June 9th to the 11th, but they showed a silhouetted picture of the next. What I'm assuming is a set. 2 blacked out figures. They look. There's a picture of the Thanos throne in the background, so it kind of looks like they're going to be Black Order. A lot of people are thinking Supergiant and Black Swan.
Yeah, but
it's kind of or Moondragon and Black Swan.
Yeah, so if you look at Supergiant, it doesn't really look like it, but Moondragon does look like who that person is in the air, and that's a Guardian of the Galaxy, and that would make sense, like to have a Guardian and a Black Order person together, because like they kind of fight in space together, like against each other. But yeah, I don't. Again, well, first of all, the most surprising thing to me about this is that the who's the Black Swan? She's just standing on her own 2 feet. She's not on a tactical rock. She's not on it. I'm like, thank God. Like, she's just standing there. Like, can we please have more models like this? Like, and that one's pretty obvious that it is Black Swan because it has like the spiky hair bits that she has coming off of her, for sure. So that is for sure Black Swan. Like, I would be surprised if it was someone else. The other one is it's Moondragon or the other person, Supergiant, which Supergiant is like the counterpart to Black Swan, but it looks, the bald head and stuff makes it look like Moondragon.
Yeah, and a lot of people are also thinking maybe Mantis could be in here. Like maybe this person's Mantis, the Moondragon person, but like I doubt it because
Mantis has hair and this person is clearly bald.
I mean, sorry, the person on the right. They're saying could be Mantis, but I don't see any antenna. I don't see antenna.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't.
Dude, and imagine like them building a Mantis character. Like her antenna would be individual pieces that you had to glue into her head.
I'd be so pissed. But who would come with Mantis? Like it would have to be another Guardian. Howard the Duck.
Quasar, dude. Quasar. Give us Quasar.
Cosmo.
Cosmo Nova. Give us a Cosmo Nova pack.
I will. Anyways, yeah. So it's a silhouetted picture. We probably. Honest, I don't see them showing us this kit until June, but we could get lucky. I mean, it's only May. I mean, it's only April, so we have a whole month next month of
What if this is
nothing.
the only
So
Marvel Crisis Protocol thing they show?
that's what I was thinking too. It is they said mini, but they call it a mini extravaganza. I mean, obviously, Crisis Protocol is one game,
Right.
and they could just be like, "Oh, we instead of working on because last year we focused on Marvel Crisis Protocol. This year we're going to focus on Armada and X-wing, and it's just like
Yeah.
a bunch of X-wing and Armada things, which I would be grateful for, at least the Armada side. But when you just got this cool game, I think
Well, and
expand it before you lose the license.
it sucks because okay, on one hand I get it. It's a game, they need to expand the factions that they have, I guess, if you know, because it is a faction kind of centric game of like picking a team and stuff like that and affiliations. So, and Black Order doesn't have a lot of options right now, and either does the
Yeah, but you're
Titans.
running,
But
but with Black Order, you're running stones on everything,
yeah,
so it's
well,
like your
everyone's
points get
running
filled up
stones
quick.
everywhere, like in all the lists. So, but I mean, saying
Yeah,
like Black Order competitively, what they said in the beginning that this game wasn't competitive. Um, they don't have a lot of options, and I think it just sucks. Like as a Marvel fan, like of the comic books and the movies and everything like that, that like we're getting these characters that nobody's asking for. Like these are like
I wanted the Viper and freaking Sin set. How dare you?
no, I mean like that's
How dare you,
okay.
sir?
I because at least Sin is in the comic books a lot.
Jean Grey and Madame Nova,
Cassandra Nova, like
Cassandra Nova.
Jean Grey's dope.
Haven't you ever heard of that X-Men?
No, I mean, and I guess
There was
I
no,
get
there
it.
was
There was a
look,
golden age of
look,
comic books, and like you know, like a time when I was reading them, and I'm not reading them anymore, right? Like I
look.
don't know who
There
Riri
was
Williams is. I don't know who like all these other people are, but like these aren't characters that your audience is
listen
clamoring
to me.
for.
But what other bald X-Men character are they going to put in there besides Cassandra Nova? Who? Name one bald X-Men they could have put in there. I
You
dare
know,
you.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
really hard. It's
Exactly.
really hard to
We
pick
have
one.
Magneto, so there's like that's the leader of the Brotherhood, and Cassandra Nova, that's the leader of the X-Men. So like you
No, she's a
like
bad guy. She's a bad guy. She's
she's
bad.
a bad guy. That's what I meant. So it's like because I know her story, right?
Yeah, you know, it's just
But
disappointing to see these characters that like that nobody gives a shit about. Like
I want Charles.
just give us the core characters that everybody likes first, and then start going into these characters. Like I'm not even saying like I love Nova, but I get it. Not
Look,
everybody knows who the fuck Nova is. But
look.
like
If
give
they have a TV show, if they were in the '90s X-Men cartoon show, give them a figure.
yeah, like
Like
Jubilee. Where's
we
Jubilee?
don't. Jubilee, we got Rogue with Gambit. We
What
don't
about
have a
Dazzler?
professor. We don't have a Nightcrawler.
Yeah, we
We
don't
don't
have
have
a
a
Nightcrawler.
professor. We don't have a Professor
We don't have
X.
a Shadowcat. We don't have an Iceman. Like Iceman.
There's a cool proxy model for Iceman
Yeah, but
on the thing. We don't have Pyro. We don't have Blob.
yeah,
Like
yeah. It's
these
weird. It's weird,
these factions could be a lot
and I
filled
wonder.
out.
Well, I wonder if
That's
they.
separate
Well, here,
because of the Fox
let me
thing.
let me finish my thought before you interrupt. So, like, I wonder if they're going off like this design mentality of we need people to fill certain roles on the teams, so this is why we choose the ones we do, or if they're getting mandates from say Disney or Marvel to be like, we want you to put these characters out because we want these characters to get more traction or something. Or do they have shitty people that on their teams that are super like in love with their characters that nobody likes, and then they're just trying to push those on everyone else?
Yeah, it's weird because like if you look at it, Cassandra Nova is Professor X. Like I read her card. I was thinking about getting her.
Uh
Like I was because I was like, oh, I wonder what Cassandra Nova does. And I looked at it. She's a fucking telepath.
huh.
So we're not gonna get Professor X?
Yeah, that's not
Like
the first one that you get. Well, because she is Cassandra
why?
Nova Xavier, Earth 616.
I know, but we're not playing Earth 616 Crisis Protocol.
Cassandra Nova is an American comic book
We like
created by
where's Bishop?
first appearance 2001. Like
She's brand fucking new.
we shouldn't be digging into this early. I mean, this late for for characters to be putting into the game.
Like I'm glad we have Miss Marvel. That's a good new character to add to the game, even though she sucks in the game.
Well, even though
But
you couldn't add Mr. Fantastic because the same abilities.
but see, this is where I kind of get into the problem of do you think there's a licensing issue? Maybe Fox still owns the rights, not Fox, but you know what I mean. Like maybe still owns the toy rights or something
I
to
don't
those
know.
things. So it's so that's why we don't have Fantastic Four, because Fantastic Four is kind of out of the limelight. And same with X-Men, they're kind of out of the limelight, except for the basics, which we kind of have. We have Cyclops, we have Wolverine, we have Magneto.
Yeah.
Like that's who
Well, like
we
even
have.
I'm just like, but even Spider-Man, right? We clearly have the license to Spider-Man, right?
Barely.
But we do, and we have the license for X-Men. Like we do, we have a lot of X-Men, but we're still not putting the ones that are core in there. And say like for Spider-Man, right? There's still a lot of Spider-Man villains that we're not getting.
Yeah, there's no Rhino, there's no Scorpion,
Right.
there's no Shocker,
There's
there's no Electro,
no Vulture.
there's no Sandman, Vulture.
Yeah.
Like we could go on forever
Right.
because we can.
So like these characters don't exist, but could feel like even like the Sinister Six, right? Like they're not. We don't have them.
Yeah, we don't have Spider Foes is a small faction.
Right.
So is the Brotherhood is a small faction.
Right.
Why? Why?
Right. So that's the complaint is that why
Not
are
to
we?
mention the fact that Juggernaut has been on the list since the game came out,
Well, and
basically.
so is Colossus, right? Colossus
Yeah,
has been
yeah,
around
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
And I think I mean, and we can totally like eat crow later, like when they show at the mini extravaganza like a ton of characters that are coming out. I'm just like, okay, they have everybody, and then just putting characters in other factions too. Great,
Yeah.
but right now, since we're not getting anything, all we can do is speculate and shit on it. Even though we love the game and we want it to succeed, but when we see things like this, it makes it look like they don't want to succeed.
Yeah, and we get shit on the past because these are the first these are your core characters that you're going to be using in your list for now, right? So it's
Right.
you can shit on it because we should have Charles.
Yeah.
We should have Nightcrawler.
We shouldn't have two Daredevils right now. We shouldn't have
Exactly.
two Black Widows right now. There shouldn't be.
That Spider-Man Doctor Octopus set shouldn't have come
Right.
out, and it
We
should have
shouldn't.
just been new models.
Right. We should not have any duplicates right now. There should be no
Yeah,
duplicates.
agreed.
And
Agreed. Especially since you need the core set to play the game.
right. Right. So it's just yeah, there shouldn't be duplicates. Why are we making duplicates right now?
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of.
And at first I thought the Black Widow thing was oh, the movie's coming out, that's why they're doing it. But no other release coincides to any movie. So that wasn't even what it was. You couldn't figure out anyone else to put with.
It should have been Kate Bishop
with Hawkeye. No, it
should have just been.
It shouldn't have been. It should have been any other Shield agent. You could Earthquake. What Quake? What's her name?
I think it's Quake.
Yeah, I don't know her. Or
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill would be dope too. But then that would be before we had even Nick Fury. So that
yeah, but there wasn't a Shield faction yet, so it's you have to think of other Shield characters. But yeah,
or just a character that would have to also be an Avenger.
Do Shield Cap.
Yeah,
Shield.
Yeah, it's weird because then that's a duplicate too, though, right? I mean, that is a duplicate. That's a duplicate Captain America. So
Agent Coulson.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, and I think there's factions that we don't have too, right? There's the Thunderbolts. If we had Thunderbolts, I would play Thunderbolts Avengers. I would have Sentry, I would have Venom, I would have all those people on my team, and then I'd also have the Avengers. Thunderbolts is the shit. If Thunderbolts come out, I'll probably switch my Guardians over to them, unless there's a lot of cool Guardians. But Penance, that'd be tight.
Yeah, weird stuff.
Oh, well.
Anyways, for us, Fantasy Flight announced Spider-Ham is coming to Marvel Champions, so I'll be picking that up. That's the card game. It's not miniature related, but no, but I have a lot of it, so I'm picking it up because it's cool. I love Spider-Ham. Peter Porker is the best Spider-Man.
John Mulaney.
And that is that. Also, I wanted to know if you saw the Primaris Invictor Tactical Warsuit figure.
Yeah.
That thing's
nuts. It's not McFarlane. It's
it's Entertainment Earth.
Yeah.
That thing, it's $200 or $250.
Why are they so expensive? It's an action figure.
It's 12 inches tall.
Yeah, but it's not a sideshow. It's not like a Hulkbuster sideshow thing, like with quality paint and everything on it. You know,
It's pretty quality though, and the figure comes like the Space Marine comes out of it,
I don't know.
and
I
it's
don't
all
know. Like,
articulated.
if I was gonna pay $200 for something, I would rather get a sideshow figure
I'm
than
just saying it's pretty
that.
cool looking. I'm just saying it's pretty cool looking.
All right. Well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thanks for joining us on our rants. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave us some questions in the thing, because then we can answer your questions at the end of the show. But yeah, hit that notification bell. Blah blah blah. New videos every Wednesday and new podcasts every Saturday. So until then, we'll see you next time.